Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. In the last video we took a look at the ground type Tieren. Today we're going to be taking a look at this space type Tieren. I've always liked the space type because it's really cool how it has like the fuel tanks sticking out the front of the knees. It seems like such a weird, goofy design, but it's somehow kind of cool. I like it. Also has a pretty interesting weapon, some interesting just features in general compared to the standard ground type. So let's go ahead and take a look at the kit. Alright, so like I said, the space type is sporting some pretty interesting new design features aside from those big knee fuel tank things. It's got some rockets over here on the arm, a different style gun, this like kind of wire guided hook anchor thing on the front of there, which is very cool. Taking a look at the side of the box, this one is number 10 in the line. This kit came out in 2008, so 1 year later than the original ground type in 2007. And once again, it's just showing off some different action poses and gimmicks of the articulation, the thrusters on the backpack, you can move all around. This really reminds me of the Graze and then the Schwalbe Graze, basically an exact copy and paste of the ground type Tieren and the space type Tieren. Even looking at some of the design features like the thrusters on the side of the shoulders, then obviously the color scheme, the fact that they're like the general grunt suits sort of. And over here you can see with that kind of wire anchor kind of thing going out the chest there. That's going to be cool. And it's more about the articulation of the waist and the knees, and then here's how it looks just straight out of the box. Very nice with the base, which is definitely not included, unfortunately. On the other side, we just got a nice standing pose of that. Great reference image there, and then some illustration and artwork over here. Once again, all only Japanese for our box, unfortunately. And the list price for this one, 1,500 yen. So 300 yen more than the original kit, but still for around 15 bucks. I think that is going to be a very reasonable price. This box is a little bit thicker, so I think we are going to have a little bit more in here, obviously, with the new parts and all that. But let's first take a look at the manual, which I'll note is a larger style manual. The regular space type had like the smaller size manual here for this, so I guess they just changed that up or just wanted to make it bigger because it's basically the same. You know, we have this fold out page in the middle with some action poses, some information about the weapons, the color guides, so everything's basically the same with the ground type. They just switched it up to the larger style manual, which I guess is cool. It's nice if you like enjoying these photos in larger size. But you got some cool images, some cool artwork, and a bunch of information, but it's all in Japanese, so there's not too much else to see with this. We got our parts list over here, construction all through here, and then the last page is just finishing up the construction and how to use the weapons and stuff there. So let's go ahead and check out the runners. Here's our foil sticker sheet, which is looking basically exactly the same as with the ground type. I think with the addition of maybe these two stickers over here, it's very slightly different, but we got a few stickers for the kit. And a few polycaps. This is PC123, the same as with the ground type, but in this case, it's a darker gray. I'll note, this is like a super dark gray, almost black kind of color. And we also have the addition of PC300 for a few more additional polycaps for this kit. Then we've got our wire here, which seems very nice. It's about 12 centimeters long for you guys' reference. Runner A is a bunch of parts in that main dark blue color. A couple things to note is that it's missing a couple pieces here from the corner that the ground type had, so that part has been omitted from this runner. Also, it's in a darker blue than I would have expected. Just based on the box art, it doesn't seem quite this dark. But moving on to the B runner, same like we saw with the original kit, but it's missing a couple parts here, and then it has the addition of a couple parts over here, which look to be like some parts for the new weapon that it has, but otherwise it's just, again, a super dark gray, almost black color here for the hands and joints and weapons parts. Then I predicted we would see a runner D instead of runner C, but we actually skipped to runner G here for this one. This would be some more parts in that dark blue color for the space type specifically here. And then we have some more on the H runner here, this time in just a medium gray color for the fuel tanks, thruster bells, and some more little weapons parts, things like that. So there you have it, guys. This is going to be obviously a lot similar with the original ground type, but I think there will be a good amount of new stuff to build with this one as well. So it won't be just like building the same kit again in a different color. But let me go ahead and get this all put together, and then we'll see how they compare. Alright guys, here is the space type, and some very interesting changes to this one. A lot more than you might think. I mean, just on the surface you might think, okay, he's got a couple of thrusters, got those big knees, and obviously just a blue color scheme. But like the head's different, you got the verniers added up on like the top of the shoulders, obviously the backpack, the main shoulder armor is different, and some very nice additions to the accessories, which were really quite bare with the standard version, and there's still like nothing that crazy, but at least we have a little bit more with this version than what you have in the standard ground type version of the Tieren. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. But since we've already reviewed the ground type, I'm not going to go over all the articulation as it's basically basically all the same, except you have the addition of like thruster bells here and there, which will just move around on ball joints. The shoulder armor will move up and down on its own there like that, just the same as the shoulder armor, like the shield armor piece did on the ground type. Around here on the backpack, each of these big thruster bells is on a ball joint, so you can kind of change the direction of those. And the same thing for the big thruster bells down here on the back of the leg, although not really too much movement with those. And although the lower legs are quite different, they work exactly the same. You got the same double joint there at the knee for a nice full bend. The feet are the same, you just have these big honking things sticking out the front, which do of course have a seam line down the middle of those. So just like with the original kit, you got a seam line here on the lower leg, seam line on the thigh, seam line on the forearm, and seam line on the top of the head. Now as for the stickers are equal to the original kit in that you have these orange stickers, which you got a big one right here on this side. On this side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 stickers for this orange section. And instead of like the stickers up here on the shoulders, those parts are now replaced with these little vernier thruster bells there. You have 2 stickers like on the top of the head, which are quite interesting, those pink stickers there, and then a little sticker for the mono eye. Just like with the original kit, you can just take off the top and turn the mono eye. What's different though is that with the original kit, the eye sticker was just pink. This one is metallic pink, so if you prefer that, it is definitely something nice about this version, whereas the other one doesn't have that metallic shine, so it's the same kind of color as these stickers here on the top of the head. So for option parts here, we've got our holding hands on the kit, and then you have an additional open hand for the right side only. And you've got the knife melee weapon, which does not plug onto the back skirt like it did with the original. The back skirt is different on this kit. You're kind of missing that big plate and instead just got these like kind of 2 little bumps sticking out there, which don't allow you to plug this onto there at all. And then we've got the gun, which is the same, just with these kind of rails added onto the side of that. So if you remove those, it is the same gun as the original. That's got those white stickers on it, just plugs onto the side of the forearm. You can rotate that, but it just adds these rail parts here onto the side of there, and it looks really cool. I gotta say, it makes for a pretty cool looking gun, so I really like that. But then we have some new additional weapons and accessories here for this, including this kind of little missile launcher here, which will just attach onto the forearm. So obviously you could use this either on the left or the right side, doesn't matter, but that just plugs right onto there, very easy. This other little bit, which also seems like some sort of missile pod or something, I'm sorry, I don't remember from the series actually what this does. This plugs up here kind of into the armpit, sort of. That plugs up underneath there like that, and then you can rotate that side to side if you need, and that'll just be helpful for just posing the kit, I think. Then you have this bit here for the wire weapon, which will plug here onto the right side. Now you can't plug it onto the left side. It is slightly different and definitely made specifically for this side. Now for this, you just flip open this little door here at the top like that, and then that's the spot where you can plug the wire, and just the wire is just this little bit here on the end like that. And that just plugs into there like so. Very easy, and like I said before, the wire is a nice size and very rigid to be able to hold a pose. No problem, however you might want to pose that. So it's a really nice added accessory for this version of the kit. But there you have it, guys. Another really nice kit with, I mean, a couple of stickers and a couple of seam lines, but overall very nice. Considering the kit is over a decade old, and now at this point, I think it still holds up very well. Between the two, I really love the green color of the ground type, but the added accessories like the wire accessories, the new parts added for the gun, and just kind of a lot of aspects of the design of the space type, I really do like. That said, the very square block design of like the new shoulders and the backpack are just kind of a little bit ugly, but overall it's a very interesting and unique design that I really do quite like. And just between the two, I'd have a hard time choosing which one is particularly my favorite. I think they're both really cool for different purposes. This one does look really cool for space type and like for like flying poses as if it were like in space, of course. Then the ground type looks really cool as just like a walking tank essentially for ground type. Both make for some pretty awesome grunt designs, so let me know your favorite down in the comment section below. Or do you prefer the Tauzi? Or do you prefer a different variation? Let me know your thoughts, and of course if you guys want to check out some different HG kits and everything else Gunpla related, you can check the link and the coupon code down in the video description below to USA Gundam Store. So big thank you to USA Gundam Store as always for making these videos possible. And thank you to you guys for liking the video, commenting, subscribing, all that's greatly appreciated. Looking forward to hearing some of your thoughts and questions down in the comment section below. Hope you're all having a great day, and until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye guys.